Thanks for joining us for the post-match press conference. We're joined by Melbourne coach Craig Bellamy and captain Dale Finucane. Dale, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on today's game, what transpired out there?
Yeah, obviously just really disappointed with the result. We came into the first half completing under 60%, which was, pretty uncharacteristic for our team, and, still only 6-0 down at that point, and I think we really needed to rectify that if we were going to be any chance in the second half, and we didn't quite do that. We were still quite low with our completion, and not taking anything away from the Panthers, they were outstanding tonight, but I think we were quite uncharacteristic with the ball, and I guess it's just a really disappointing way to finish our season.
And Craig, losing Christian Welsh and Brandon Smith so early, how detrimental was that?
Obviously it hurt, but at the end of the day, we got what we deserved tonight. And we dropped a couple of real good opportunities, and we're dropping balls, and Panthers really scrambled great there a couple of times to save a couple of tries, and like I say, probably not. We didn't have a whole heap going for us, but at the end of the day, we got what we deserved. The Panthers got what they deserved. They were the best side out there tonight, and they got the win.
How hard is it to take getting so close in the Premiership defence yet so far?
Yeah, it is. It's real hard to take, actually. That was, I don't know, probably with our attack, it was one of our poorest performances of the year, probably but having said that, I can't be too critical of tonight. Obviously it was disappointing, but what these guys have done for 2 years, and we won the Premiership last year, won the minor Premiership this year, and again, it's major disappointment on how we performed tonight, but I can't, as I said, I can't be too critical for what they've been through the last couple of years, and the footy that they've played. It's just a bit of a shame that our biggest game of this year was certainly was nowhere near our best.
We'll just open up.
Any inkling that sort of put out that attacking performance? Is there any indication during the week, or did the 2 weeks off hurt? Or?
I don't know. If I had an inkling, I would have stayed up at Peppers, actually. We trained, well, during the week, and I didn't see that coming at all. But again, with the week off, I think these days the week off's a real blessing. I don't know. We give a few players a rest in our last game, and there was obviously some of the players missed 1 or 2 games through injuries towards the end of the season. So, I don't think we were underdone, but who knows? Like, you're not really gonna know. But as I said, I didn't see that performance, coming. But having said, as I said, we defended well. The opposition, scored 2 tries, and we lost 2 of our key players, I suppose, in the ruck there, in the first 10 or 15 minutes. So like I say, it was just really disappointing, I suppose. I can't think of another word, but I didn't see it coming, and as I said, we'll try and, while hopefully we'll learn from this, we'll try and celebrate what we've done for the rest of the year in the next couple of days.
Dale, how tough was it in the middle without Christian and Brandon, obviously 2 key guys in your rotation? What sort of hole did that leave for you guys out there?
Yeah, it certainly makes the rotation tougher, given that there's only 2 blokes on the bench to rotate for the remaining 80 minutes, and as Craig said, it happened quite early as well. So which means Harries has to play that remaining time as well, which he usually does when Brandon goes off, when Brandon goes to the ruck, but. Having to do that for a longer period tonight obviously messed around with the rotation a little bit, and just the energy those guys bring as well. Brandon's such a key part of our middle in both attack and defence, and Christian really drives that enthusiasm and line speed in our ruck, and that's certainly something we missed for the duration of the game. And as I said, that's obviously part of the reason why the game ended the way it was, but as Craig said, we sort of didn't take the opportunities, and we had a few uncharacteristic errors that, we haven't had. I thought we played really well in our last game against Manly with the ball. I don't think the week off, hurt us at all. I think, if anything, it's an advantage to freshen up and, give some guys who've played a lot of football time to freshen up as well. So, there's no excuse, I guess, for the performance that we put out tonight. It was just, as I said, nothing else to say besides disappointing.
Dale, did you get a sense of, Ivan Cleary was just in here and he said that it was particularly kind of personal for them, especially coming up against you guys for the grand final last year. Did you get a sense of the purpose Penrith were playing with tonight? It just felt like they really took it personally against you guys.
I'm not sure if I think it was something that I was mindful of in particular, but the style of football that they play, is really aggressive. They've got a really tight defensive line generally, and they try and drive people back in their tackles in that red zone area. And I don't think I was mindful of anything that they would usually do that they did tonight. But if that's the way that they were thinking, or their mentality throughout the week, then I guess it sort of showed in their football.
Greg, your side obviously were heavy favourites going into this game. A lot of people were sort of thinking that it would be a bit of a walk in the park for you guys. Was there any sort of sense of confidence or maybe overconfidence within the group going into the game?
No, I don't think so. No. That's one thing we sort of talk about a fair bit, and we mentioned it early in the week. So I don't think that would be a problem. But for a couple of guys, it might have been. I can't read what they're thinking. So, but I'd hate to think that would have been the case.
Craig, were you surprised that Luai came back on the field?
Who, mate?
Luai, Jerome Luai, after the heading off.
I try not to concern myself too much with those things.
Craig, you worry about Christian Welch, like a number of concussions now. Like, do you worry for his health or his future in the short term?
I tried to worry about anything until I've got something to worry about. So, the medical people will sort that out. I'm not qualified to make decisions on, whether he is in danger, he's not in danger, or how many he's had, and how severe they've been. So obviously it's not great, getting the amount probably that he has. Although I think the last ones, it's been a bit of time in betweens. But certainly, we'll leave that up to the medical people and go from there.
Craig, you touched on it before, but I guess the positives is you said the 2 years that the club's kind of had away from home. You've got a premiership, a minor premiership. I know you're disappointed tonight, but can you reflect a little bit on just the kind of camaraderie in the group and what you've produced in that time?
Yeah, it's been tough both years for different reasons. Last year, we had a lot of the families up here, but this year we haven't. And last year we were locked in more than we were this year. So it's been it's been pretty tough going and not for everyone. Like, some guys really like it, especially the single blokes. They're up in the sunshine and whatever. But for some of the families, it's been really tough. And I just sort of probably got a sense a month or so ago that it was wearing fairly thin on some of them. So we've just tried to to keep that going and to keep things as normal as possible, and try and get through to the end. And unfortunately, like I say, it hasn't happened. But as I said, we've used that word, really disappointed with tonight. Not so much the result, but the performance, to be quite honest, for me. But having said that, what these guys have done for the last couple of years, and especially this year, I can't be critical of them at all. They've done our club really proud. They've done the game really proud, and like I say, I couldn't. As I said, I'm really disappointed this afternoon. But if I put that on a bit of as a bit of balance, what they've done has been quite remarkable.
Dale,
we might make this the last one.
Sorry, Dale, obviously that's your last game for the Storm. I think same for Josh and Nico as well. I mean, it's not the way you guys wanted to finish up, but just some thoughts on your time at the Storm and what it's meant for you.
Yeah, no, I'm certainly disappointed. Not just for myself, but for the team because, I guess the season that we had this year was, really positive for the most part in terms of, the achievement of the 19 in a row, the minor premiership. Those things are something that we don't take for granted and, something we're really proud of as a club. But, as Craig always says, it's a new competition when we start, the finals. And as he said, we're disappointing again tonight. And, I guess reflecting at my time in the club, I've been here for 7 years and, I've learned so much, from both players and coaches. And, it's hard to put into words actually what it does mean to me. And I don't think it's something that I'll truly reflect on until, the coming week, I guess, because it's something I'll probably put to the back of my mind, obviously knowing that my time is coming to an end and, from tonight moving forward was, do or die and, my last game at the club. But, as I said, I'll certainly reflect on that in the next week. And I'm, super grateful for everything this club's done for me, particularly Craig. I've learnt so much. And, I had an expectation when I came to the club of what it was going to be like and, it exceeded my expectation. I heard so much about it before I came here, about the players, the senior leaders that they had here and Craig, but, it's surpassed my expectations and, met some great people here and friends for life, and the accomplishments, I guess, individually and as a club that we've had, over the 7 years that I've been lucky to be here is something that I'll, remember when I've finished playing. So I'm eternally grateful for this club.
Craig, just get your thoughts on the guys at 11.
We haven't had we've had some wonderful players at our club over the years and wonderful competitors, but we haven't had anyone that prepares for a game like Dale. He's been, with all due respect, I think he's been better for our club than the club's been for him. He's taught a lot of guys, especially young guys, on how they should be preparing and how they do prepare. And as we all see out on the field, that we haven't had a better competitor in our club either. So he's given our club, more than we could have given him. But the legacy he leaves is how much that the young guys have learned off him. You want to be a professional, you want to do it, properly. Go and watch Dale Finucane. He'll show you how to do it properly. Yeah, probably don't prepare as well. Obviously, Jack's, or Josh, sorry. You don't like me calling him Jack, but he's been wonderful for our club as well. We all seen, the tries he scored and he can turn a game in the blink of an eye. So, and he's probably one of our real personality players. He's always talking, he's always up and about. So, we're certainly going to miss that. And with Nico, he's been a wonderful addition to our club as well. He was pretty quiet to start with, to be quite honest, and he still is a quiet kid. But what he done for our team this year early, when Paps was out, was 8 or 9 weeks, or it was a bit longer than that, I think 10 weeks. The football he produced, to help us. Get to the spot in the table that we did. We wouldn't have done it without Nico, with Paps being injured. So he's had a wonderful year, real good year, and he obviously got into 19th man for the New South Wales side. So, we're going to miss him too. Like towards the end of the year, we were just looking for him to play more footy, so we started experimenting with, a few more positions, and whatever position we put him in, he done a great job for us. So, the three of them, they'll leave a big hole. And, but having said that, there'll be opportunities for other guys to step up and do the job for us.
Yeah. So it's from your fans in Melbourne. Thanks for the free membership for us members for next year. How good will it be to finally play a game back in Melbourne?
I won't be playing again.
Obviously, I think everyone's sort of really keen to play a game in Melbourne, and our fans, I think it was 6 or 7 games or 5 or 6 games they've played in the last couple of years there. So they're obviously missing their footy or missing their live footy. So, it'll be great. It'll be a pretty special occasion, I'd imagine, when we do hopefully play that first game. So, yeah, it'll be great for us, but it'll even be better for our members.
Well, thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.